What's up with the squad? Back with another video. Y'all seeing the title is going down. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for me. Please, y'all see it in the title. I absolutely find this insane. So this is from a John Rocker on X that posted a Dylan Smith that's on Facebook and made a post which everybody obviously had plenty to say on this post. This Dylan Smith on Facebook posted a picture of Karmelo Anthony saying, "We need some statues of our hero king Karmelo Anthony in Texas, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, and North and South Carolina," which I find completely insane. I find it completely insane just for the simple fact that people, and mainly black people, are literally supporting a person. And this is all based off of race. This is not based off of right or wrong or anything like that. This is all based off of race when it comes to, many of, and I'm not saying a situation. Me personally, it's a right or wrong. But as far as, obviously, mainly black people, because I've seen, I literally just posted a video of a white lady. I've obviously seen Hispanics support Karmelo Anthony. But again, mainly black people that are in here supporting the simple fact that he unalived, literally over something insane. First of all, let's start off by this. People have multiple questions on why he has the knife in the first place, especially when he's been suspended multiple times, because of having a knife. Let's start there. The second thing is just to the simple fact, y'all, like, he went under the wrong schools. He went under another schools, and they having multiple excuses saying that he was there to support somebody. Mind you, he wasn't qualified to even be there. He was skipping school. Let's start off there. Then the simple fact that he went and they said that it was raining. And then, like I said, witness said that literally it was light rain. It wasn't nothing like an emergency, like he just had to get up under a tent. And regardless, people have been questioning, saying what's wrong with going up under another school's tent. Me personally, if it was my school, when I ran track, let's start off by saying it. When I ran track, we had our tent. No other schools were even going to that tent unless they had friends or buddies. So let's start there. And that's what I find weird about it too. I find that completely weird. You know what I mean? So, and if y'all look at the photos, this is what I have to say too. If y'all look at the photos, y'all see that there was multiple tents in the stands, and it was other seating. So for him to not, I just find it weird. I find everything weird about this whole situation. I feel like a lot of people are literally backing this dude up. And I feel like so much stuff is going to come out. I'm telling y'all, so much stuff. So literally got here. This is from Dominique Alexander. I'm gonna read this long message and then I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read the post first. Says, "Happy birthday, Karmelo." Mind you, Karmelo's birthday was literally 2 days ago. Says, "Today we celebrate Karmelo Anthony, a young black man whose strength." I always got to do that. They always got to do that. It's when it comes to this, just like I said, it's all about race when it comes. It's not about right or wrong. Like I said, all in all, this should have been an example of what not to do, not only for black young teens, young men, but for young men in general. But it says a young man whose strength and resilience inspires all of us. As he steps into the adulthood, he does so surrounded by love, support, and a company that won't let his light be dimmed. So you got this Dominique Alexander saying, "Today Karmelo Anthony turns 18, but this isn't just a celebration of another year. It's a moment of reflection on injustice, double standards, and pain this young..." Oh, this is insane, bro. As I'm reading this is just, it gets crazier and crazier. "And pain this young man has endured far too early in life." My thing is, y'all are making this man to play out to be the victim, and he wasn't even the one that lost his life. He wasn't the one that lost a child. He wasn't the one that lost a brother, a friend, a teammate, a classmate. But they're trying to make, now you got Karmelo should be celebrating the final stretch of his senior year, just as is, Austin Metcalf. prom, graduation, and preparing for the next chapter. Instead, he's facing a legal system that has historically failed young black men, fueled by media spin, hate, field attacks, political pressure that ignores due process and humanity. Double standards are on full display. Let me explain something to y'all. Oh my, no, I gotta read y'all this. Hold on, y'all. Get ready for it. I didn't even see that till now. So today on Karmelo's 18th birthday, we're asking you to give something meaningful. Bro, I didn't even see this. I wasn't even expecting this. Donate $18 to his official defense and family support fund. This will be a long process, and we will need every ounce of support from our people. Let's show Karmelo that we've got his back, not just with hashtags, but with real action. Donate here, and they have the gift send go up, literally right here. And not being surprised, it's literally people donating $20, $15, $20, $50, $41, $18. This done last 14 hours, y'all. $5, $20, $50, $50, $20, $18, $10, $100, $20. Everybody is just, I find it insane. I find it insane just for the simple fact that they're still asking people for money. Because it was his 18th birthday. So they're having people send $18. I find this disgusting, bro. I don't know about y'all, but I find this absolutely disgusting. Just for the simple fact they're trying to play out to be the victim, when he's the one that done this, and then on top of that, trying to raise money. This Dominique Alexander is trying to milk them for everything they got. This is a money grab. This is not just something that I'm just saying. This is a money grab. He's literally trying to milk them for every single penny that they got and trying to get his name out there as much as possible. Believe me when I tell y'all. Let's check this young man out, what he got to say, y'all.
So the latest and greatest news when it comes to this Karmelo Anthony situation is that they plan on releasing the video, right? There is actual video footage of the right? And here's my opinion. The video can literally show Karmelo walking up to a random white person and stabbing him, and black people will still support Karmelo Anthony, right? So a lot of people are thinking that the video is going to make a difference of the black community and how they feel about, you know, the self-defense claim. It's not going to change a thing. It's not going to change a thing.
Not gonna
I'm trying to tell y'all that
accountable.
The support for Karmelo Anthony is racially motivated. You got a lot of black folks that don't like white folks. So even if the video shows that Karmelo Anthony literally walked up to this dude and it is not going to change a thing. Black folks will not admit that they are in the wrong when it comes to this type of shit, right? So I'm looking forward to the video coming out, but don't think that this is going to change the thought process behind a lot of black people. I would never say all, because that would include myself and
I say that multiple times. I never say all, just for the simple fact there are black people that absolutely don't support this. There are black people that's in my comments all the time. I literally have buddies that don't support it, family members that don't support it. So there are black people. So don't think, for the people that's out there that just think all black people, that, you know, come on, y'all. Come on. I'm telling y'all, it's not. It is a very large majority though. And it's absolutely sickening.
People that I rock with, but a big chunk,
definitely.
Huge number of black folks do not like you white people. So if the video comes out and it proves everybody to be right when it comes to, hey, this was not self-defense, this was premeditated, black people will not apologize. They'll just turn a blind eye and just pretend like they never stood for this, right? So I'll keep y'all updated.
I'm telling y'all, one thing about it is that and I definitely got to say, let me see if this is. So this is TJ the Realist. So you at TJ the Realist. If y'all want to go follow him as well. Like I said, there's many when it comes to people that's on podcasts, these YouTube channels on X and TikTok and stuff like that. Y'all go check out. But this is at the TJ Realist. But definitely want to say that he is absolutely right. There are a lot of black people that obviously won't hold themselves accountable. When it comes to this, it could come out and I know it will. Just for the simple fact, the police report, everything about it. I know for a fact that more things are coming. And literally more and more things are coming out each day about this Karmelo Anthony, about Dominique Alexander, and seeing everything that it's about. I just know for a fact, just what, again, Dominique Alexander is asking for more money just because it's 18th birthday, trying to milk everything out of the situation. And one thing about it, guys see everything. I'm telling y'all, it's very important. So this is Jason Whitlock on here. And this is again being real about it. Says nobody wants to be the Metcalf family. People don't want their children around like Karmelo Anthony, around people like Karmelo Anthony. There's a fatigue here, and this is backlash to BLM. You are finally allowed to say it. Let's check it out.
White people are finally finding their voice and saying, hey, I'm done. I'm not putting my kids through this. I don't want my kids at a school where the unfathered are also at the school, and now my kids are subject to their lack of emotional control. Nobody wants to be the Metcalf family. They don't want an Austin Metcalf situation. What was the kid? Ethan Liming, the white boy that died on LeBron James's school parking lot?
I didn't even know nothing about that.
Over a squirt gun incident? They don't want to be...
But let me tell y'all something, too, before I forget about it. I'm going to be real with y'all. A lot of this, I definitely blame, obviously, the people, the people that are not holding themselves accountable about this situation, things like that, this, that, and the other, especially within these communities. But that's good, just goes to show you, as well as the Democratic Party and how the Democratic Party is. We can go into that if people really want to. But I'm telling y'all, when it comes to Democratic Party, like, everything about it is just... And like I said, I can't fully put that on the Democratic Party because people have action, and the actions they have is just absolutely disgusting. But I can say that when it comes to these communities, when it comes to, who people are voting for and what they love, and just because the color of somebody's skin, a lot of that has to play in a part on the decisions that these kids are making, the decisions that these parents are making, the way that they're teaching these kids, the way I'm talking about everything. There's definitely a reason on why my two daughters, one is 1 and 1 is 4, are being homeschooled. My 4-year-old is literally being homeschooled right now. Literally, she does everything on a laptop, on her iPad. Just because the simple fact of these schools, there's too much going on in these schools, these teachers. And then you put your child in a school to where, and this is not by all means, y'all. I'm not trying to make this a race thing. I'm not trying to do any of this. He's clearly talking about, white people not putting so this is me speaking. Me personally, putting a kid in school, mind you, and this is no disrespect to nobody. This just real. Me having, my daughters and having other kids, that's in this school, there's a chance, depending on how the school is, what the school, it starts with the parents, bro. I don't know how many times I gotta tell people this. It starts with the parents. Karmelo Anthony's parents painted this whole picture to where, he has this GPA, he's a great student, he saved a life, he did this, he did that. Listen, parents need to get more involved in their kids, bro. Parents need to get more involved in these kids. Because tell me why Karmelo Anthony, and mind you, I'm going to show y'all a video of the film, and I've showed it before. Why is Karmelo Anthony in school fighting? Why has he got in trouble so many times with knives? I mean, these are questions. Like, if he's so good of a student, why did he unalive a 17-year-old because he wouldn't get out of a tent, and it wasn't even his school's tent? Why is he doing all these things if he's such a good student? If he's such a great kid at home, if he has a job, if he's doing this and doing that, how is he such a good kid? Like I said, it starts with the parents. Obviously, you don't know Karmelo. You don't know your son. Because he didn't did all of this. I blame the parents. I blame the parents not only for Karmelo, I blame the parents for hiring Dominique Alexander. Again, it starts with the parents, bro. People don't realize that. It's common sense. I'm telling you.
Around this and around the people that defend this, there's a fatigue here that is long overdue, but it is here. And once you're allowed to speak it out loud, and that's why they tried to police what you could say out loud, because you can't speak things into existence. Once you're willing to say things, hey, Jason, I don't eat fast food anymore. And I started saying that over, and I haven't eaten at a fast food place in more than 3 years. You can speak, and so now you've been given license in this new world, in this backlash to BLM. You can say, you know what, I'm tired of black folks. They have a set of values that are incompatible with my values. They have a savage culture that they believe in and they defend. And here's what is the line in the sand. It's no different than this whole drag queen story hour and drag-friendly, child-friendly, kid-friendly drag shows. Like, hey, man, you got to leave my kids out of this mess. I'm an adult. I can deal with it. But now that my kids are in jeopardy, now I got to say something, and I got to draw a line in the sand.
That's real talk. That's real talk. Just based, and I had this talk with my parents before. I have. I literally just told my dad, the other day. We had a disagreement on something, when it came to, again, a race thing over something so small about my daughters, because I said, they're biracial, which they are. Literally, their mom is white and like I'm black, but it's pushed into the whole thing with they're black. If this were to happen and that, man, it's just a lot of things, bro. Like, it's so many things that I try my best to learn, try my best to teach, when it comes to my daughters, and do what I can, because it's important. It's really important to me, and that's why I try to talk, when it comes to me, and their mother about, things that's going on, because it's important to me, it's important to me. I tell y'all that it gets tough. Things get tough. I'm not gonna lie. It gets tough just based off of like I said, the decisions that, me and their mom makes. I'm telling y'all, it definitely gets tough. And not between us, but just the simple fact of like how she feels with, my family members. And that's why I say it starts with the parents. Those are obviously, when it comes to our kids, and it's definitely important just seeing, these different things that's happening in these schools and stuff like that. Like Jason Whitlock sat there and he brought up the whole, the drag situation. And, I asked my parents about that, a few years ago. It was a couple years ago, because I was doing a video on it. And it was kids literally at this drag show or whatever. And I was explaining to them, I was like, how do y'all feel about this? And they were okay with it. And it just goes to show, they're Democrats, and it goes to show you that, that's a problem. And I told them why it was a problem, and, I didn't want to, start much about it, but definitely let them know why it became a problem within me, because I feel like that's something that you don't show kids. You don't bring up to kids, and it's scaring me having it at a school event and stuff like that. And that's why, like I said, me and Chris, we had the decision and made the decision that came together. Like, our girls, they just need to be homeschooled, bro. Like, and I'm telling y'all, it's definitely sad. Just looking and checking out what this young lady said.
That one of their classmates could be charged with such a serious offense. One girl that we spoke with knew Anthony pretty well, that she says, and told us this.
I'm in shock, because it's like, I wouldn't expect that from him. I only know him fighting and stuff, but to take someone's life is just like a different level.
And it's just so many things that goes into that. You know what I mean? There's so many things that go into that. That's just absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy just for the simple fact, like, These are literally things that, you know, you expect your child to go to school to learn, to go to school to, you know, to actually know real life, you know, situation. And that's why it's important to me, like I said, that, you know, these girls gonna be homeschooled. But y'all got here, Sarah Fields, literally, somebody had posted, I'm gonna go back to, you know, what Sarah Fields said, but someone literally said this, you know, when it comes to Karmelo. This is Kevin Haynes for Facebook. The truth about Karmelo, let's set the record straight. Said, number one, it's normal for students to go it's normal for students from different schools to gather under another school's tent. Karmelo had friends there, and he wasn't trespassing or looking for trouble. So, like I said before, I ran track. It is not normal for kids to go to other, unless you have friends there. Unless you have friends there. Obviously, they pushed this whole thing to where the Austin Metcalf and his brother were bullying Karmelo. So they say. But my thing is, why would Karmelo be going to their tent? You know what I mean? So again, people are literally just insane. Says number two, the claim that one of the twins had never seen Karmelo before is a lie. Here they go with the lies. Says number three, no student has the right to remove another student from a school-owned tent. The school owns the tent, not the twins. So check this out. This is how I feel about it. And this is me again, just being real about the situation. If I'm sitting there with my buddies, and we, you know, my track buddies or whatever, and a person, obviously, like that young lady said, known for fighting, they may know him, may not know him. If you don't belong in that school's tent, why are you in that school's tent? I mean, regardless, like, why are you in that school's tent? So I would have said, you know, why you know, this the wrong tent, but you know, you especially, bro. Not to mention, if you're a different school and it's competitive, just think about that. If I'm real competitive, like, why are you in our, you know, it people see it all the time when it comes to movies, when it comes to shows, when it comes to reality, when it comes to real thing, like real. It's competitive. Like, that's just like if it's a football player or a basketball player in your huddle or somewhere, you know, why are you over here? Why are you in, you know, man, I just don't get it, bro. I truly don't. Says number 4, Karmelo is a track athlete. The twins are not. He wasn't even, Karmelo is a track athlete. The twins are not. The twins were there Karmelo wasn't even qualified. Who is this guy? He literally made a whole post. Said, now here's what they don't want you to know. The twins didn't just ask him to leave. They tried to jump him. Before attacking him, they tried to take his belongings, broke his phone, and stumped on it. These twins are known bullies. So ask yourself, if 200-pound attackers, where are they getting this 200-pound at? Attackers came at your child, what would you expect them to do? What would you expect them to do? Karmelo went to them. I'm telling y'all, this is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So it says here, literally, this is Sarah Fields. Wow, how much they lied to justify unaliving. He took his backpack, so it was okay to, you know, unalive him. Let's look at the few facts that recently came to light. Law enforcement sources involved in the investigation of Karmelo Anthony has revealed that he had previously been suspended for bringing a knife to school multiple times, not just once. Law enforcement sources says have also stated that Karmelo Anthony should have been in class at a different high school and was skipping school when he unalived Austin Metcalf. But in that post, they said that the twins weren't track athletes. I'm telling y'all, bro. These are the lies that spread it. Absolutely sickening. I'm telling y'all. Absolutely sickening. Check out what Dominique Alexander says here, y'all. Absolutely disgusting.
That it is just outright wrong to get involved in this. Karmelo Anthony doesn't have to walk. He doesn't have to involve in any senior activities. But Karmelo Anthony is a 3.7 GPA student. And if he doesn't even go to class for the remainder of the year, he would graduate. Okay? We've asked that Frisco do not make a decision in this situation. But Frisco ISD has notified of their intent to expel Karmelo Anthony from school.
Dude is literally making their whole case look like boo-boo. And I say that just for the simple fact that this Dominique Alexander, as well as the parents too, because like I said, it starts with the parents. Literally, they're not doing nothing, but obviously making the situation worse and blaming everybody but Karmelo. If people haven't noticed, they're literally blaming everybody but Karmelo Anthony. They literally said, why didn't the school cancel the event because it was raining? That is probably the most outrageous statement I've ever heard when it came to this case. They said, why didn't the school cancel the track meet because it was raining outside? Dominique Alexander, out of his own mouth, said that. Then they go and say, he needs to finish the remainder. Please do not expel him. Please. Like, bro, unalive somebody. And he wasn't even supposed to be there. I'm telling y'all. So mind you, this is Sarah Fields again. Literally saying on May 25th, Dominique Alexander is hosting a protest in honor of George Floyd. And the crazy thing is, if y'all, I'm pretty sure y'all probably haven't seen my video. I'm probably, post it at the end of my video, if I can remember. I did a video when it came to George Floyd. I didn't know anything about it till months after, like a year after or something like that. I didn't know anything about it. I don't get into all that protest that when they was tearing up the city. I don't get into none of that. I guarantee. I'm telling y'all, I have not ever been around this stuff, bro. Me personally, I have bad anxiety, so I'm not gonna be around it anyways. But even if I didn't, bro, I just absolutely don't like stuff like that. I don't like stuff like that, especially when I learned what actually happened. Even if what is their main goal by destroying things and messing up everything? Like, that's not helping nothing. It's not helping nothing. And then, like I said, and then I seen what happened, who George Floyd was, and like more deeply into it, and they still supporting this. It's absolutely insane. Says Dominique Alexander is hosting a protest in honor of George Floyd, a man who robbed a pregnant woman's home, holding a gun to her stomach and threatening her child. The Anthony family needs to fire Dominique Alexander as the applicant now. Let me tell you something. Sarah Fields, you already know. Definitely appreciate you. Much love, all that, for your post, everything. But let me tell you something, Sarah. Regardless, they're already in for it. They're already in for it just because Dominique has said enough. Dominique has said literally everything to tear everything down, regardless of the simple fact. And I know, we shouldn't hear more about Dominique Alexander, this, that, and the other. But let me tell you something. Real talk. It's over with. It's over with just for the simple fact that he's done everything to tear not only Karmelo down. Karmelo, the case, the parents, himself, the GAAN or whatever, the company that he has, everything. I'm telling you, the Next Generation Action Network. I'm telling you, this is just the next thing that Dominique Alexander is trying to do. That's all it is. This is the next thing. So y'all see it here. It literally says fight to end police violence. Together we rise, together we remember. This is absolutely insane, y'all. Like I said, definitely make sure y'all also go follow Sarah Fields as well. Definitely amazing information when it comes, especially within this case. But you already know. Let me know y'all comments and thoughts down below. Pretty much talked enough within this video, so I definitely, apologize. But I just had I had to get a lot of stuff off my chest. I had to calm myself down. Y'all probably didn't even notice, but in the middle of this video, I had to. I literally had to, because I get so frustrated on how so in denial people can get when it comes to not even just this case, but things in life, just because they basing off of race. And it's not cool. I'm telling you, it's absolutely not. Let me know y'all comments and thoughts down below. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.